Pro Football player Travis Kelce is pressed for time during the football season. So he does two things at once. Whether it's grilling while mowing.
Two things at once!
Or getting this season's updated COVID-19 shot at the same visit as his flu shot.
Two things at once.
You can be like Travis and ask your pharmacist about getting this season's COVID-19 shot at the same visit as your flu shot, if you're due for both, as recommended by the CDC. Learn more and schedule at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, go to SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote.com. That's SelectQuote.com.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials.
Thanks for tuning into our podcast. We love having you here, and it's our mission to bring you all the latest and greatest tips, skills, and know-how to make you the best that you can be. We know that you have it in you, and we're going to show you how. Now, let's get started.
Thank you for tuning in today. You are now listening to That Will Never Work podcast with your host, Maurice Chisholm. Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for tuning in today. You know, one of the things that we're going to talk about today, is I saw this post on LinkedIn, and we're going to talk about it over the next couple of sessions, right? So the post was created by or was put up by Employ Humanity on LinkedIn, and they had 10 things that they talked about, or not talked about, but they wrote it on the whiteboard of 10 things that require zero talent. And so sometimes we wonder, what is that gets people over the hump, right? And a lot of times we look at the talent that the individual brings or that they have that's natural. They don't have to work at it or whatever. And sometimes we can look at that and be like, you know what? I can't compete. I need to reevaluate and figure out what my talent is. But here's some things that
Pro Football player Travis Kelce is pressed for time during the football season. So he does two things at once. Whether it's grilling while mowing.
Two things at once!
Or getting this season's updated COVID-19 shot at the same visit as his flu shot.
Two things at once.
You can be like Travis and ask your pharmacist about getting this season's COVID-19 shot at the same visit as your flu shot, if you're due for both, as recommended by the CDC. Learn more and schedule at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
We've talked about on multiple levels and multiple situations, and I do believe that some of these things that they talk about on this, again, follow Employ Humanity on LinkedIn. Actually, someone else has shared it, and I saw it. I was like, wow, I like that. So, and I think it's important to know as we are closing out 2022, as we're closing out this season, that we're going to revisit some of these things that are key in us bringing our brand together, because 2023 is going to be some changes all across the board. From we already see freedom of speech, and we see how things are being changed up with that to even your ability to make money. People are getting laid off all over the place. And so these are some characteristics or things that can help you as you move forward, whether you're looking for a job, trying to start your business, things like that. These are just some things that I was like, wow, that no matter what you put your mind to, you can get it done if you put these things into your daily routine. And one of these things right now, number one, is the very thing that I talk about often, and I really have challenges with it because I have found value in this first piece, which is being on time. That really bothers me because if you're not on time, am I showing, or are you showing me how much you value my time? And ultimately that shows me a level of disrespect. I feel disrespected. I feel like you don't deserve my time after you've been late. Now, I understand there are certain situations where, hey, you know what, that is certain circumstances happen, things like that. But the reality is, if you're late, I am no longer interested.
Fall. It means there's a crisp chill in the air. It's time to gather wood for the season's first fire, and the leaves are piling up outside. But along the coast of South Carolina, fall is kind of like summer, only cooler. Fires are simply for roasting oysters, and the only raking you might do is in a sand trap of one of our many challenging golf courses. Tap now to discover the joys of fall on the coast of South Carolina, or visit fallinsc.com.
And now you're running the risk of not being heard or whatever the situation is. I know that's just for me, and that has been across the board. I don't care who it's been, church, work, whatever is school. It doesn't matter. I've always had a issue with being late, and I hope that you understand that some of the attributes, or I'm sorry, some of the benefits of being on time is just showing, hey, this person, that you are a reliable person to whomever is you're meeting with, you're talking to. Are you a trustworthy individual? Can you be counted on to respect not just this person time, but if I'm going to send you out to another meeting, that I could trust that you'll be on time even for that. I think we don't take this thing about time as seriously as we probably can. So that's why it's so serious to me, because that's one thing you don't ever get back. You don't get back any time. I can't turn back 5 years ago and correct all my wrongs for the last 5 years. We don't get a do-over. So what are you doing with your time? Are you understanding that even being on time with just bills, credit card payments, car payments, or things like that, for those of us that struggle with that, you save money by not paying late fees and things like that. That's a part of being on time. A parking ticket, anything else that can come up. And I'm saying that because sometimes you're not paying attention to time. And like I said, you can get distracted. And you can find yourself paying late fees. I mean, I've done that. I've been there. But it's always bothered me. And sometimes it was out of a situation where I didn't have any control over being late for a bill because I didn't have the money. And you realize that you end up paying more being late than you do just paying on time. That really hurt for me. If you show that you're on time, does that show that how much you respect yourself, let alone others? So, I just wanted to talk to you about that real quick of these zero talent characteristics of an individual, how you can move things along, how you can be on the right path, how you can show other people that you are a trustworthy individual. just by being on time. Sometimes talent, it works, but it doesn't trump everything. So let's worry about being on time and tune into the next episode, and then you can hear about what's the next thing on this list from Employ Humanity. Thank you.
Loved what you've heard on this week's episode? Well, the answer is simple. It would mean the world to us if you could head over to iTunes and leave us a 5-star review and feedback. Spreading the word really is the best way to grow our podcast and achieve even greater things. Thank you.
Okay, round 2. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, sorry, we were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right, ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
With the Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
This is your captain speaking. We've got clear runway and the weather's fine, but we're just going to circle up here a while and get lucky. No, nothing like that. It's just these cash prizes add up quick. So I suggest you sit back, keep your tray table upright, and start getting lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.